All righty. What's up next? Oh, this is next. This is my map. This is my version of Halo Combat Evolved Blood Gulch map. And I'm going to start it up in Radiant here. So you can see the textures I'm using first. Let me show you around what I did here before we compile it and go in game here. So here we're starting off with the Allies base. So here's the textures I made. Not the texture, I mean the terrain. This is the terrain that I made, and I used the terrain editor I used was EasyGen, and I created the blending using EasyGen. So what I did with EasyGen when I created this terrain, I did it from scratch. I didn't use a bitmap. Usually people, I don't know what people usually do. I have no idea. I'm not going to guess. But the point is that um, I just did all this by hand. So how I did that was when you open up EasyGen, you go into I think it's like no, there's a choice between different like squares. You can use squares to shape the wire mesh, or you can use triangles, or I don't know what it is. Circles or hills. I didn't use any of that. I just chose none, and so I just started creating the terrain how it looked, or how I would open up Halo map, the Blood Gulch map, and then I would look at the terrain how they built it, and I try to match it as close as I possibly can. It was all by hand. So I was just doing. Um, I was able to create the pathways here into the cave. And there's the inside of the cave, what it looks like. And the cave was all created by scratch too. Everything was by scratch. And I tried. I did use a bitmap at first, but it just looked terrible, and I couldn't really shape it right exactly what I wanted. So I just abandoned that. Because it just wasn't turning out right. Because it was already the terrain was kind of already made with the bitmap, and it was kind of hard to for me. It was hard to try to manipulate the terrain with a pre-existing uh the height map, because it has the white, and the higher the white, the more white, the higher the terrain is. So the canyon walls here just didn't look as like canyon walls. It wasn't like straight up like this. It wasn't like a sheer face. It was more kind of jagged, and at the top was flat. So it just didn't turn out right. Yes, it was the top parts of the canyon walls were flat like this. Yes, so I didn't want that. I wanted a more sheer vertical um, cliff face or canyon face. So I just did it. I just did everything by hand. I just stretched the terrain, and then I just flattened here, and then I just stretched some more the wire mesh, and it turned out exactly the way I wanted it, as close as approximate as I could get to the Halo map. But the mistake I made was that I didn't make the canyon walls high enough, because in Blood Gulch the canyon walls are very high, and they're more closer together too. This is a little too far apart. So I think what the problem is with the map is going to be Sniper Heaven and Panzerfaust Heaven, because yeah, that's how it is even in the Halo map too. It's the same thing. This is snipers are camping way up here that you can teleport here in the Halo map, because they customized the Halo map. They have mods, Halo mods, and so you can teleport up here using a med pack. If you ever played Halo these days, the 2003 version, Gearbox version, is that all the maps now are modded, and so they have like health packs behind the base. So if you touch one of the health packs, you'll teleport to the top of the canyon face. I wanted to do that, but I already had enough Halo models in here. I didn't want to add any more. It was already too much, Hog and Banshee. So I figured, I'm not going to do it. I wanted to do that. So that was the first kind of problem. So I just solved it by doing it by hand, and I did a lot of everything. The terrain was by hand, just step by step. And the cave, let me show you the inside of the cave. The cave also was, everything was by hand. It was from scratch, and there's some tight fits in there. It's supposed to be. And it took me, oh man, it took me like 9 hours total to do all this, to shape it to exactly the way I wanted it. And it turned out exactly why I wanted it. It was perfect. I think it's perfect. And so let's see. So how I made the cave, let me walk through that. See this here? See these caulk things? What I did was I created a foundation. And these foundations are made up of triangles. So I just made my own. All I did was make a caulk, one big brush, and then I cut them up into little triangles. And I just used that to make my terrain. And I have it all laid out here. See? I have different sizes. I can cut them up. And for different purposes, you know, like ceilings and walls. So I just kind of made that and left it there. So I can show you as my guide, as my foundation for the terrain mesh. So you can just click like a couple of these, select them, and then copy them. And then, you know, you can start making whatever you want, rocks, whatever. Or it's better just to make caves that way. Yeah. So yeah, set your foundation up. Just create a big, you know, rectangular shape caulk thing, one big brush, and then cut up into triangles. And that's all I did. That's how I made the cave entrance. That's how I made the entire inside of the cave. And as you can see, yeah, it took a hell of a long time to do that. For me anyway. I suck. Let me go out of here. All right. So that's how I did the cave. That's one way to do it. I'm sure there's a better way to do it, and I don't care. The models. Now, let me show you what I did. I added the Halo models in here. I added the Master Chief. He's guarding the flag, the blue flag. I also added the med and ammo crates in there. Because in the Halo map, in the Halo game, if you ever played online, the 2003 version, the PC version of Halo, 2003 PC version, is that they have weapons and ammo crates and ammo and med packs just sort of scattered about the map. So you can just pick up grenades off the ground and use them. I wanted to do that here, but it just didn't work for some reason. I just don't know what the hell I'm doing. So I just, you know, I put the med packs around, but when you picked up the med packs, you didn't get anything. So I just said, well, the hell with that. I'm not going to do that. See, I did leave some health packs there like that. There's the health packs, and they work fine. Actually, the health packs work great. But as far as like the med packs and the weapons and stuff, I just said, forget it. There's a health pack in the back of the truck. Oh, they explain what I wanted. I wanted to have these trucks in here. I did want to have one of the trucks move, but it was too much, so it was getting too complicated. So I just forget it. But here, I put a health pack back here. You know what I'm doing here? This is kind of a throwback to the very first Metal Gear game. If you ever played the MX1 version of Metal Gear, or even the NES game, is they have like 4 trucks lined up, or 3 trucks like this, and in the back is a health crate, or maybe like a key card or something. And one of the trucks you get in will start to move. And that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to have a little homage to a little Easter egg sort of to Metal Gear, that if you get into one of the trucks, it'll start moving. But I just said the heck with that. So I just left the trucks, and there's a health pack there. And that's about as best you're going to get. So the models, how I did the models is that I downloaded from a Halo mod site, and then you can actually download these models here, like a Banshee. And so what the problem happened was when I imported into the Radiant program, it showed up with all the textures on it, with all the shaders on it. It was in the Radiant software. But when I compiled the map and ran the game, the shaders were missing. So I couldn't figure out why that was missing. So what I did is I went into the Halo file, and it's called the MTL file. And in the MTL file, it was like a shader file. It'll show the images like in the text, right? It'll show like you know, as it is as ET main / textures / Master Chief or Banshee. And inside that are the images, the shaders. But there's a file inside there called MTA. They call it, instead of calling it shaders, they call it great, now I forgot. they call it like multi-materials or something like that. It means shaders. It's the same thing, and it looked kind of the same as Wolf-ET shader file. So it was easy to kind of figure out because it was running off the same principles, combining two different images into one. So all I did was in the Halo shader file, the multi-material file they call it, the images, the shaders, the two images that make up the shader, were in JPEG format. So I had to convert them to PNG or TGA, whatever. Yeah, I had to convert it to the proper one, and I did, and it worked. But it still didn't show up. And some of it didn't show up, but others it did show up. So I couldn't figure out why. So I kept looking at it. I compared the Wolf-ET shader text file to the Halo one. And I went, oh, wait a minute. I see what's going on. You have to have the file path in the Halo file shader file, just like Wolf-ET. It has to say ET main / Master Chief / yes, I'm laughing right now. It's so fun. / and the name of the shader. Yeah, and then you had to have the file the file path in the Halo shader file or multi-material file. Yeah. So it ran. I understood it that way because it ran similar to the way it worked similar to the way Wolf-ET is. So it was easy to figure out. Remember, Wolf-ET came out the same year as Halo PC did, 2003, but they used PGN as their shader images instead. Even the sound files are different. The sound files in the Halo game, the PC version of the game, are in stereo, but the Wolf-ET ones are in mono. So you have to keep that in mind when you're converting like this. They're going to be running off the same principles, even though they came out the same year, but there's going to be some minor differences. Just heads up. I don't know. Interesting, huh? Okay, so that was the problem I had with the shaders, but I got them to work because I had to convert the images and to put them in the correct file path. There's a hog. You can't get in it, though. Sorry. I wanted to put the tank in there from Halo, but it wouldn't work. The shader files just would not work no matter what I did. So I just said, well, screw that. Forget it. Okay, so now I'm going to run the game. So one of the things I did with the Halo base, I think I screwed it up because I made it too big. The Halo base in Bloodgulch is a little bit smaller and it's sort of beveled. It's not straight like this. This looks like a castle. This is about the closest I can get because I just suck at doing this. I put a teleporter at the top with the Halo sound in it because that's pretty much what the teleporter looked on Bloodgulch. So I put a teleporter top, which will teleport you to the middle of the map. Okay. So that's how that works. And there's some different teleport locations you can go to as well. So let's run the game. Oh, the skybox. Let me talk about that. I finally found a Halo skybox that work in Wolf-ET. I was looking everywhere for a skybox that shows the Halo like this. Although in Bloodgulch it has two things in the skybox. It has this, the Halo, and it also has a big planet. And the planet is huge. It takes up like half the screen. And the other thing they do in the original Bloodgulch skybox is that the stars are twinkling. I couldn't get that, but this is the closest I can get to it. This isn't exactly the same, but it's pretty close. So I was able to find 5 images. You usually have 6, but you have 5. As you can see in the text pane here, that's one of the images I kept from that skybox. The who was the guy that made that? Sage or something? Yeah. So I kept that in there. So there was 5 images, and I used the Halo ones. I had to convert them to the TGA or JPEG. I forgot what I did. I was one of those I had to convert because they were in a very strange format that no photo imaging processor would recognize. Even GIP wouldn't recognize it. So I had to go online and convert these 5 images so it would fit in the skybox. So that was a thing. So I found the Halo skybox images, but I had to convert each image to so it could be compatible with the skybox in Wolf-ET, if that makes sense. Okay, so let's run the game. Oh, there's a scoreboard. Sorry, I had to put the scoreboard on the ally side because it just won't work
on any other spot here. I think the next time I make a capture the flag one, I will not use a scoreboard. Just screw it, because it's just like I put this in here like this because if I twist it around or put it on a different side of the map, it start to mirror image. The whole text, the shaders would start to bend the opposite direction. So I just said, well, the hell with that. I'll just put it here, and so it looks straight. If I didn't, it would look all backwards like mirror image. So I just don't know why it does that for that particular. But I'm not going to use that anymore. The hell with that. All right, let's run the map. Oh, I did have one other thing in this map here. I did have the access has an MG nest. And why, I don't know. There are the trees. Wonderful, beautiful. Okay, let's run. Let's compile this. Build. I just do the simple one. I tried doing the light and the ambient and the bounce and everything. It just looked like shit. So I just got to keep it with this. I don't care. Sue me. Just sue me. I don't care. Who's making maps for this game? So let's run the map. As you can see here, you'll see my beautiful, there's the Bloodgulch image. It talks about blood. There we go. So we're in the game. So I'm going to, there's my nice green texture. Thanks to Dundee for that. So I'm going to go allies. There's my beautiful command map. There. And I have the beautiful forest sound from the Halo map. It's not exactly the same thing, but it's pretty close. It's actually from a different Halo map. So that's what it looks like there. And there's the teleporter. Let me run through it. And it makes the Halo sound. You go through it. Now that Halo sound is actually in the original file from the original 2003 game. Was in stereo. And the reason why I was in stereo, because there are two different sounds going on here. There's the wave in one ear, in one side, the right side, I think, that goes up and down, up and down. But on the left side, it goes down, up, down, up. So you combine it together when you go through the... Listen.
Capture the flag.
Now, capture the flag. I got that, but I wanted to get one more sound in there that was from the Halo game. If you ever played Halo PC multiplayer, you know there's a countdown sound. I wanted to include the countdown sound, that buh, 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 like in the Halo game, but it just didn't work. I couldn't get it to work. So let's go capture the flag. So yeah, and the original files are in stereo in Halo, but I had to make it a mono, so it sounds the same, but not really. It's missing one side. When you go through the teleporter, watch. It's not supposed to sound one. It's supposed to sound kind of even because it has on one side it has down, up, down, up, and the other side has up, down, up, down. When you combine them together, it's all one smooth sound. But Wolfie T doesn't work that way. It's mono. There's the hog. You can't get in it. I don't know what the orange things are. Who cares? So I'm going to hop around. I'm going to steal the flag. Just like capture the flag. There's inside the base. Wonderful, beautiful. There's Master Chief. How you doing? You're doing. I wanted to have some music going from him when you stand close to him and plays the Halo Inyo music. There it is. Capture. This here, the floor. That's from the BBA. Thanks to the people at was it Feng Shui? What was it? I forgot his name. He made this shader like this, so I wanted to use it again. But the next map I do, I'm not using any custom files like this. Going to be straight. Okay, so capture the
objective taken.
And
blue team has the flag.
There you go. Blue team has flag. So let's go to the teleporter. Let's go up, up, up. Oh. And you see it blended pretty good in the grass. I think the terrain turned out great. So you go up here, and there's the Banshee inside. So you just go like there's some guns. You can pick them up if you want to. Let's pick them up for fun. There you go. Okay. It says I picked up an MP40. Oh man, I wish I could jump in there and fly around. Anyway, let's go through the teleporter. Okay, I'm over there. So you can also jump in this teleporter. There you go. All right, let's go to the blue thing. So now on our way to the blue base, we're going to plant dynamite at the cave entrance. And this is the only destructible objective in the game. I just kept it simple. But in Halo, there are actually, there's kind of two caves actually.
Dynamite planted.
I just built it one cave because it's lazy. All right. Just wait here. You can't get into the turret. Sorry, I wish you could. That required whole new coating and everything if you can get in those vehicles and drive them around. I'm not going to do that. There's a wall there to protect you. And we're going to blow the cave entrance. I'll show you what the inside of the cave looks like. And we'll capture the flag a little bit. I'm not going to wait. There you go. So we go inside the cave. And it gets a little tight on here on purpose. Like, oh, what do I do? Okay, well, you just go through it like, you know, don't be a moron. Just go through it like you would a normal cave. Crawl. Jeez. You think this is going to be easy? I'm not going to make it easy. Just wait till you see what I do in the next map. Sadum is my middle name. So there you go. And this is pretty much like the Halo map. I could show you the Halo Bloodgulch map, but I'm not going to. Okay, so we're going to just capture the flag. There's some health packs. Well, fun. There's the trucks. Let me go inside the truck first. It's really exciting, isn't it? So you go in here. And you can grab a health pack. Uh-oh, the truck started to move. No. Man, I really wanted to make that truck move. I wanted to be like Metal Gear. I wanted to do the truck. So there you go. So we got, hey, Master Chief, you're over here too. Let's go.
Blue team, score.
Okay. So we can switch sides. There you go. And we'll go to access and we'll go. There you go. And we'll go into the teleporter. And we'll do the same thing. Okay, shortcut. We can go through the cave if you want to, but not again. We've seen it once. But yeah, I think it turned out okay. The terrain is fine. The bases are not exactly the same. If I were to do it again, man, I probably would make the base different. See, what I did was I fucked up when I did the base. I made my base, and then I copied it, and then I pasted it. And that just screwed up the other base. So I had to fix some gaps in the other base. The next time I make identical bases, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make 2 bases at the same time. So if I make like a door like this, I'll copy and paste that door. So I'll have 2 doors. And then I'd sort of get my pieces that I made and that I copied it. And I'm just going to put them together like a model kit instead of just selecting the whole base and just copying and paste it. That was a mistake. When you copy and paste parts, just do parts. Don't do like an entire building. It just really looks like it turns out.
Objective taken.
There you go.
Red team has the flag.
Now I wanted to put like double kill, triple kill from Halo, but it just I didn't want to do that. I was gonna change the sounds of the guns too to make them sound like Halo, but that would be that'd be extra work. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Here's some nice hills to protect you along there, and there's we can build this. I'll be happy. There you go. So now you can we got the rock here, some trees. Yeah. If I were to do this again, I would make the canyon walls much taller and much closer together. All right, let's capture this flag and quit. You get the idea what I did with this map. Isn't it wonderful? So beautiful. Here we go.
Red team, score.
All right, Master Chief. We're done. Say goodbye.
Auf Wiedersehen.
No? You know, this Master Chief is actually a little bit shorter than us. We're a little bit bigger than he is. Ah, what kind of weak guy is he? He's not so big, is he? This is his actual size. Yeah, he's a little bit smaller, isn't he? I didn't even know that. I thought Master Chief, the model size, was almost the same as Wolfie T, but I didn't realize it was it was smaller. He's a midget. I don't make fun of you. It's still a fun game. I still sometimes play Halo PC, the old 2003 version. It's still fun to play. That's it. Nothing too special about that. This map here, got some lights opening. It's just okay. I'm going to show you the outside. Here's what the Halo sort of looks like. Isn't that wonderful? Look at that. The moving clouds. No twinkling stars, though. Sorry. Just about the best it gets. Nice blue sky, though. All right. So, Captain Master Chief out. Let's say goodbye to him one last time. Red lights. Okay. All right, there he is. Say goodbye.
Auf Wiedersehen.
All right. We will see you in the next video. I hope you enjoyed this showcase of my Capture the Flag map, Bloodgulch version for Wolfenstein Enemy Territory. Auf Wiedersehen. Oh, no. Okay. I forgot one thing. Let's fade out here. We got to do this right. There.